Things
Welcome
are
to our presentation, Fizz or Flat, Understanding Gen Z's Thirst for Healthier Choices. My name is Jackson Yates.
I'm Ashlyn Conrad.
I'm Christian Diaz.
I'm Eva Latifi.
Georgia Lamont.
For our contents, we want to hit the areas of our solution analysis, marketing research problem slash opportunity, our research questions, our hypothesis, conceptual framework, our data collected method, data analysis, results, and our recommendations. Starting off with our situation analysis.
Oh, yeah, starting with our situation analysis, we can see that Coca-Cola as a brand has a lot of strengths when it comes to their brand identity and recognition. People know who they are on a dime. People can recognize them through colors, logos very easily internationally. But on the other hand, they have a good amount of weaknesses too, dealing with sustainability and health concerns when it comes to local communities, when it comes to how they source their product. They do have a major opportunity that they can take advantage of in the fact that they can start marketing more to health conscious consumers. But with that comes the threats of the beverage market becoming heavily saturated due to competition and so many new companies working on making those healthier products to match Coca-Cola. And that has come to our marketing research problem as well as an opportunity where newer generations, specifically Gen Z, are preferring products that are healthier and better sourced, avoiding soda a lot more often. Meaning that Coca-Cola will likely struggle to attract these younger audiences, especially when it comes to being lo loyal long-term markets for their core products, which is Coca-Cola and similar sodas, which is why we're going to be conducting research that will focus on the preferences and the behaviors of Gen Z to help Coca-Cola as a brand decide on what products or product types will best be worth investing in. That leads into our research questions of what types of healthier options, such as organic or calorie-free, are most preferred by Gen Z. How concerned is Gen Z when it comes to the health effects of drinking soda and other sugary beverages? What features, think taste, ingredients of a beverage does Gen Z really consider first when it comes to choosing between different beverage options? What kinds of associations does Gen Z as a market have when it comes to Coca-Cola and their products, especially when it comes to how health impacts them? And finally, when you compare to traditional soda and other similar sugary beverages, how often will Gen Z as consumers purchase beverage alternatives? Think sparkling water or kombucha.
So for our hypotheses, our first one is that access to various healthier beverage options will have a positive effect on Gen Z's beverage preferences. The second one is that the specific health attributes of a beverage, such as calories and additives, have an influence on Gen Z's beverage preferences. Our third one is that Coca-Cola's branding has a negative effect on Gen Z's attitudes and perceptions toward its product regarding health. Our fourth one is that the type of beverage has a positive effect on Gen Z's preferred beverages to purchase. And our final hypothesis is that the type of beverage has an influence on Gen Z's health perceptions of the beverage. Then for our conceptual framework, we have the independent variables, availability of healthier options, specific health attributes, and preferred beverage type impacting our dependent variable, Gen Z's preferred beverage. And then specific health attributes, brand perceptions, and preferred beverage type um, impacting our Gen Z attitude towards beverage health, with our control variables being income, age, gender, and location.
Moving on to how we collected the data was via a Qualtrics survey based on the beverage health preferences and perceptions. Our sample size was 34. The response rate was about 85.3%. And these are the characteristics that we pulled from our survey to highlight. The age range with 55% was 18 to 21. 26% was 22 to 24, 15% was 25 or older, and only 4% were younger than 18. The gender of the respondents was majority female, being 14, followed by male at 11. The yearly income was majority less than 25,000 at about 17 of the members, followed by 25 to uh, 49,000, and 100,000 and above. For our data analysis of purchase frequencies by category, as you can see, we have different categories of daily, multiple times a week, once a week, a few times a month or less, and never. Some of the areas we'd like to highlight is the significant purchases for a few times in the month. This can be for a couple reasons, but we feel that this is a safe option that people can choose if they don't feel they consistently buy one per week. It gives them an option of a few times a month. The items purchased were mostly still water and low calorie energy drinks. You can see that in the once a week of the still water skyrocketing, and then in the few times a month, both the energy drinks, low calorie energy drinks, and the still water being the highest. Some attribute combinations are more favored than others. Again, we're looking at that low calorie option being still water has no calories, and then the low calorie options, even you can see in the organic juice in a few times of the month, are low calorie and still have a higher preference. Finally, our ANOVA test shows that 51% variance between the two groups, those groups being the frequent and infrequent purchasers.
And then moving over to the regression analysis of our data, mainly being the frequency of soda and alternatives purchases analyzed with the regression. The key predictors of beverage of choices depended on the purchases and the preferences of our respondees. The regression showed factors influencing healthier beverage choices, and it mainly highlights the trends of Gen Z's shift towards the alternatives, such as the low calories or no calories. But one thing we did notice is our regression analysis suggests that the model isn't very effective due to the data only accounting for, I would say, roughly 38% of the variation. Additionally, the results show that the overall model isn't statistically significant, meaning that the factors included don't strongly predict an outcome, mostly due to the individual factors like juice, sparkling water, and kombucha. They don't have a meaningful impact based on the data. Although, like previously stated, the still water and low calorie energy drinks were of higher purchased. We noticed that there's not enough significant data to draw a solid conclusion, but have developed solid suggestions. And then with the ANOVA test, once again, we did a test just to kind of see the respondents, whether they had a positive, negative, or neutral view towards the products Coca-Cola had. So one thing that we noticed is that 56% were positive, being that they were either all for their products, that they thought they were good choices and healthy for them, or at least a more healthier option. 20% had a negative impact, probably mainly on their more known products, such as just Coca-Cola as a product itself. And then 24% being more so neutral, whether it be neither negative nor positive. It was just kind of a overall, just I drink it because I can, not because it's healthy nor unhealthy. The traits do show an unhealthy or refreshing shape and opinions, and it reveals what drives a positive or negative feeling towards the brand, is what we have shown in this graph. And then for the graph shown, we noticed the beverage type 2 and beverage health attributes. We kind of showed in the past 3 or 4 slides to kind of have a better visual showing of the data, but this is kind of what we pulled to be able to get those visuals for you.
So after analyzing and reviewing that data, we tried to boil it down to how they answered these 3 following questions. For healthier beverage options, we wondered, do options make a difference? And we found that the answer to that one was no. For beverage health attributes, we wondered, do people prefer certain health qualities in their beverage? And we did find that that one had the answer of yes, they do prefer certain health qualities. And for the beverage type 2 test, we wondered, are individuals influenced by the type of beverage when deciding if a beverage is healthy? And the answer to that one was yes, they are influenced by the type of beverage. So after reviewing the data, our team has created 3 recommendations for the Coca-Cola Company. Based on the data, we first recommend accepting the null hypothesis, which states that access to various healthier beverage options does not have a positive effect on Gen Z's beverage preferences. Additionally, we recommend rejecting the null hypothesis, which states that the specific health attributes of a beverage, such as calories and additives, have no influence on Gen Z's beverage preferences. And finally, based on the data provided, we recommend rejecting the null hypothesis, which states that the type of beverage, tea, soda, etc., has no influence on Gen Z's perceptions of said beverage. All in all, we believe that the Coca-Cola Company should not diversify its drink line, as their customers are content with the beverages that they already are producing. Instead, Coca-Cola should work on making those same beverages low calorie or something of that nature. If you're interested in following up with the sources that we used during this project, here shown before you is our works cited page. We thank you all so much for your time today and now open the floor to questions. Thank you so much.